Good morning from Tiger Mountain. This is Steve with my hiking buddy Chris.
Hey.
And Gino.
Good morning.
And we are on the High Point Trail, but we're going to do something new today. We're going to hang a left here on Dwight's Way Trail and head over to the Preston Trail, which is going to take us up to the east side of West Tiger 1, which has some really nice views. And so it'll be a new trail for us heading this way. Actually, up this slope here is Dwight's Way Trail, and then we'll head up the Preston Trail to the overlook. So we started about 6 a.m., probably about 35 degrees. It's a bit chilly this morning, but we're looking for highs in the mid-60s this afternoon, so it should warm up as we get up above. So this way is the High Point Trail, which takes us up to Muritz Bridge. We're not going that way today. We're going over here. So that'll be a new adventure for us today. Hope you enjoy it. Thanks for hiking with us. We made it over to the Preston Trail, taking a short break before we start the ascent up to the West Tiger 1 viewpoint. We're actually going to cut off the Preston Trail up about a mile and take the Bootleg Trail. They both end up in the same spot eventually, but nice morning. Chris has been entertaining us with his compass readings here, so anyway, we're going to head up here on the Preston Trail. Kind of an interesting area over here. We were commenting, a lot of trees down on Dwight's Way that have been all cut up by our trail crew hotties, and but boy, there's, like Chris said, looked like a war zone back there. So okay, we'll check in up the line. So the Preston Trail is on the east side of West Tiger Mountain. I'll tell you, you probably hear me breathing hard from where we last shot at that intersection. First third to a half mile is steep, and then up here it kind of levels out a bit. So sun's out, birds are chirping, it's warmed up nicely. Finally some nice weather in the Seattle Puget Sound region. We've had kind of a cold, wet spring. So the interesting thing, I saw a trip report the other day up where we're going to West Tiger 1. On the approach to it, there was some snow on the trail, so kind of one of the things you run into in the spring when you hike in the Northwest. So we'll see. Last couple days have been warm, and it hasn't been freezing at night, so we'll see how much is left. So okay, we're still on the Preston Trail heading this way. We'll check in a bit. I think Gino's right. After I was done filming, he commented this trail here is actually kind of a wide area, and we think it's an old railroad grade or a road or something. Pretty wide, as you can see. Trail not so much, but the area between the trees is real wide and level. So anyway, should be coming up to the Bootleg Trail here, and we'll check in there. So we're at the intersection. Bootleg Trail goes this way. As you can see, there's a paw print rest stop and then the viewpoint in 2.3, or we could continue on the Preston Trail. And it's 1.5 miles that way, guys, so if we go the longer route, I don't think it's going to be as steep since it's 2.3 versus 1.5, so I'm voting for the Bootleg Trail here. What do you say?
It's up to you.
Chris, you want to do Bootleg?
I'm still alive.
But boy, what a beautiful morning it's turned out to be, guys. And the nice thing about being over here on this section of Tiger, as opposed to the main trails, is there's nobody over here. I'll be shocked if we see anybody up to 1. What do you guys think?
All right.
Okay, we're taking a short break, and then we're going to head off on the Bootleg Trail. We'll check in along the way. This is Issaquah Creek. I splash through it here, and it heads downstream. So kind of an interesting situation here. We came to a trail intersection down below with no signs, and one was kind of level and the other kind of curved around to the right and started ascending, and at some point that's what we needed to do. So we took that trail. Chris had gone out and checked the other trail a little ways, and it was flat, and So we assume we're still on the bootleg trail. We're kind of heading in the right direction. There's no signage. No, we're not lost. We're just kind of finding our way here. This is a trail. You know, it's not a rough path or anything. And we're stopped in an area where there's been some trees come down and they've been cut up. So obviously, I'm guessing we're on bootleg. What do you guys think?
Bootleg 1 or bootleg 2?
Yeah.
Bootleg or the bootleg.
Anyway, we're just kind of on this ascent. We're taking a break. We'll check in a little while, see if where we turn up. Well, lo and behold, the three amigos were not lost. We were on the bootleg trail, and we came from over here, and we've got a little over a mile up to the West Tiger One viewpoint. So the old guys still got it. We got something, that's for sure. I don't know what, but
We won't say.
anyway, we're taking a short break, and we're going to do our last mile up to the view. We'll check in up there. So there's a small patch of snow off trail here. Our way is dry. We're approaching the summit. We're probably a few hundred feet, half mile below the summit, heading up this way, and we'll check in up there. Should be some spectacular views today with the clear skies and sunshine. So looking forward to it. Through the trees, destination in sight, the radio tower on Tiger One. Almost there. Pretty happy to see that, I'll be honest with you. This has been a slog. Okay, we'll check in up there. You could see the tree line ends right here where the trail does, so we're going to have some great views. So we'll check in a bit. Quite a complex here. A couple radio towers, a couple 100 feet tall. We're out in kind of a clear cut. You see the access road comes up. A little bit of snow, and by golly, I see Mount Rainier way off over the tree line there. So we got some exploring to do up here. Check in a little bit. Kind of quite a complex up here. We've got a lot of satellite dishes, and I'll swing around, and there's one of the towers here. The other tower is here. Whoa, tilting my neck back. We got these structures. Off in the distance, the west side of Tiger One has some towers. That's where we're going. It kind of cracked me up. As you can see on this building, there's an address for this facility. So, real interesting up here. I've never been over to this side. I've been to the other side of West Tiger One. But as you can see, clear skies, sunshine, and boy, in the sun, it got warm. Let me tell you. Okay, we'll check in a bit. So the backside of these radio towers, you come to this road that takes us up to these radio towers over here. So none of us have ever been up this way. It's kind of interesting to see this, how it's been cleared out. Look to the right, Gino, look at the views. We'll have real good views up above here.
Wow. That's Mount Baker over there. See Mount Baker?
Yeah. A little bit of a snow field here. Steve's gonna go play in the snow. Boy, this stuff is rock solid. Okay, we'll check in up at this radio tower at the top of this hill. Talk about a view, wow. Check this out. Lake Sammamish, Lake Washington off in the distance. The plateau, Mount Baker way off over there. Try to zoom in on it a little bit. On a beautiful spring morning, and there's Tiger 2, where we're going to eventually get to, the radio tower over there. I just can't believe this view from up here, you guys. Looking east over the Cascades. You can hear I-90, can't you?
Yeah.
That's the only drawback here. Just incredible view. I didn't expect this. Well, we picked the right day to come up here, guys.
That's for sure.
Because on a cloudy day, you wouldn't even know this existed. I just can't get over how you could see almost the length of Sammamish here. Well, we're going to go through the woods here and come out on the other side of Tiger One, and we're going to have some equally fantastic views to the south, so we'll check in over there. So there's two sides to West Tiger One. We were on the east side, and there's a bypass trail. There's another radio tower, and they don't let you cut through it, so you got to go around on this bypass trail, and it descends real steeply here. And Gino was giving me the business about how cautious I was, and then he slipped, and then Chris slipped. It's a very, very rough trail, and very steep in spots, so if you come this way, just be aware. And the towers are up above us to the left, up this slope, and we're kind of on this bypass trail, and we're going to come out at the hiker's hut, which, if you remember when Gino and I came up here last fall, it's the little igloo-like structure on the west side of West Tiger One. So we're getting there. It's just, boy, I haven't been on this trail in ages. Forgot how steep and rough it was. So it's funny, in the sun it feels like it's in the 60s, and then down here in the shade it's really dropped again. You could tell it's spring with the wild temperature fluctuations in elevation. So just showing you how a lot of roots and stuff. At some point here we're going to have to climb back up this ridge and get over to West Tiger One on the west side. But we were all commenting we did not expect those kind of views on the east side. They were just fantastic over there. And like I said, on a cloudy day you wouldn't even know that exists. So okay, at some point here I'm going to start up the slope, so I'm going to shut off the video, and we'll check in when we get up to the west side of West Tiger One. So from the West Tiger west side, this is our view. If I could figure out how to run my camera again. Mount Rainier, the surrounding areas. Just saw a runner coming up the road here. We're going to go down this road to West Tiger One. It gets real steep, and I'm a little bit ahead of Gino and Chris, and I heard this huffing and puffing and this gravel, and I looked, and he was coming up with a full head of steam. So Gino, what time is it?
9/11.
10 after 9. We started at 6, so 3 hours and 10 minutes. I think we got to the other side at about 8:45, so it's a long haul up here the way we went, going out east, and steep in spots, and just the uncertainty at that one trail intersection. But the three amigos made it, and now we're going to take a break here and enjoy the sunshine, have some snacks, some water, and we'll check in a little bit later. Hope you're enjoying this one. Thanks for hiking with us. This is the hiker's hut. Just kind of a shelter for you want to come up here when the weather's poor. There's a couple benches in here. It's actually pretty clean, surprisingly. I'm sure it's locked. And then so it's real interesting. This side is fenced and gated, and the other side has a fence, but the gate was open. And we were surprised. All the times we've been up here, we didn't see any cars. I don't want to get too close here to the edge, but there is a steep drop-off off this road. But Mount Rainier looks really nice this morning. Little Tahoma to the left. little bit of haze off in the distance. Way off over there is the control tower for SeaTac. Hopefully you can see it. I've got glare in my focusing area, so I can't tell if I'm showing it or not. So zoom back this way. Okay, we've taken a short break, and we are going to head down the road to Tiger 2. And then we're going to get on the trail, and we kind of debated which way we wanted to go back today, and we were debating taking the shorter route via the K3 trail, but K3 is really steep, and I don't think the three of us are kind of worn out with the climb up here a little bit, so we want to be able to hike Saturday, so we're going to take the regular Tiger trail down. What's interesting is I was talking to the runner who showed up, and asked him about the conditions, because I expected with the weather it might be real crowded, and he said it wasn't too bad. The parking lot was fine, so we're going to see. So I'll leave you with this final view of Rainier, and we'll check in over at Tiger 2. Made it over to Tiger 2 radio tower, and there's a trail right here. It would take us around to the back side of the tower and over to the K3 trail and down. The K3 is real steep. The three of us are kind of, I think we're worn out here. A little longer than we thought today, but we're going to go over this way. You see the sign there, and that's going to take us back to Tiger 3. So we're getting close. We saw another runner. So 2 people, both runners. And we'll check in over by Tiger 3. Surprisingly, no one's on the summit of West Tiger 3 as we arrive. We're going to head down this way. Okay, we'll check in a couple times on the way back. Give you our hiker count. So a little ways below the summit of West Tiger 3, this is the last view you've got on West Tiger 3 anymore. Looking east, there's all the radio towers up on West Tiger 1. And probably can't see it here through the trees, but that's West Tiger 2 up there where we were. So we've come a long ways today, and we're going to lose our views here in a second. So just wanted to give you one last view before we head into the woods. A little before 10 o'clock. Okay, we'll check in and give you the hiker count down below. See you in a bit. We're about halfway down, and for such a beautiful day, we're surprised we've only seen 2 hikers since we left the Tiger 3 summit. Just really surprising to us with such clear, dry weather, and I was telling the guys that God, we see more up here on a crappy day than we've seen today. I know it's middle of the week, but still. So about halfway down. Going to be interested to see what our total hiker count is when we get down to the bottom. So I will fill you in there. This is Steve checking in one final time. It's 10:45 according to Gino. So we'll be back at the cars a little before 11. So gosh, a little under 5 hours on this hike, but boy, the views today were spectacular. Really enjoyed those views off of West Tiger 1, both sides. And we covered some new territory for us. Found our way on the right trail along the way. We were kind of wandering there for a bit, but anyway, the hiker count. Let's see, we saw 3 runners between Tiger 1 and 3, and from here, from Tiger 3 down on this trail, the big surprise has been the lack of people. We've only seen 17 people today. Really surprising for such a nice day. So anyway, Gino and I were kind of calculating the mileage, and I'm going to figure it out when I get home, but I'm pretty sure we with how long we've been out and we know some of the distances, we think we've gone between 9 and 10 miles today. So one of our longer hikes as well, not only time-wise, but mileage-wise, and definitely our longest one this year so far. So anyway, that's about it. Hope you enjoyed this one. The channel is Hiking Man Steve if you want to subscribe. And until we film again, hopefully in the coming weeks as the weather gets nicer, we'll see you then. Thanks for watching. See you next time.